I am really excited to interview what I believe Superwoman must be like because she is, listen to this, well, originally from Washington and then spent 20 years in Alaska. She's been on Kauai for since 2014, but she's a mother, two adult sons. She just talked about her adorable, strong-willed granddaughter, who you said is your twin, and then your grandson, 12, foster and adopts dogs from the Kauai Humane Society that just like melted my heart. She has four dogs, and two of them, three-legged. Married for 38 years, treasurer of Bikes on Rice. Will she share what that's all about? VP of the Kauai Community Players, so that's a local theater on Kauai. President of Zonta, women's group promoting education and women's health and wellness. She used to be a retail manager and buyer, customer service agent for Alaska Airlines, a bookkeeper for the Anchorage School District, and currently you're a broker, but you were also like real estate agent slash broker. And I am just floored. I mean, to be a mom, grandma, wife, entrepreneur, we were talking about like what motivates you and to just try such a just a wide diversity of different just journeys, right? And
Mhm.
true balance. I mean, you're living it. It's like career balance. How do you even with charity work? How does one do this?
It's like one day at a time, and balls are in the air, and sometimes they're wobbly, but for the most part, I do what I love. If I don't love what I'm doing, I don't do it. So I just got done with a show at Quiet Community Players. I was heavily involved in this show. I was stage managing and acting in it. And so that takes up a lot of time and energy. But you know what? It's like playing in the sandbox with kids. When do you get a chance to do that as an adult? And that's why you need to kind of take take the business side out of your brain and go into the kid play mode. So I think that's really important for people to do. Um, uh, so I've always been like kind of a little bit ADHD, and I like to do things that are fun. And if it's
How
not
did
fun, I
you,
don't want to do
Matt?
it.
I mean, how did you even think of acting though? I mean, was that
Oh my
something
gosh,
from
that
long
really
ago?
was my son's fault. Um,
What happened?
he he is an amazing actor, singer. I mean, he's phenomenal. Um, and he got involved in it in like middle school. And so, I'm the stage mom because I'm driving him to rehearsals and driving him to the theater and driving him to all these places. And then I ended up getting involved because I'm there anyway. Um, so that's pretty much what happened, is like you just tend to um yeah, you're just exposed to it, and then you're seeing what's happening. You just hang around because the kid's only 12. And then he did this all the way through high school until he went to college, and even he did it in college. And then he's a 30-year-old working guy, working for his family. He has no time, but I think
Hmm.
eventually he'll go back to it later in life when his time is freed up. But he's the one. It's because I was around it, and it was fabulous. It was so much fun. And it's like everybody was having fun.
And then what about, I mean, to go from bookkeeping, real estate, I mean, managing for retail, did it just fall into your lap, or it was just something that sounds like you're really you feel good about getting out of your comfort zone, because some people they
You
stick
know,
in one
it's
field
not
for
easy.
decades, right?
A couple of things I did in my life that have escalated the get out of your comfort zone. And we were living in Federal Way, Washington when we got married, had kids, and we decided that we were going to move to Alaska. And we literally didn't tell anybody. We just like sold all our stuff, packed up all our stuff, gave 2 weeks notice at work and left. No job, no house, left. And it was doing those kind of brave adventures. I mean, it was an adventure. I mean, that's a whole nother, storyline to get
Did you
down.
know anyone there?
His brother, my husband's brother, lived there. So we did have like family.
Uh-huh.
Um, so we went there and got jobs, found a place to rent. and spent 20 years, bought a couple of houses, and it all works out. But so the move from from Alaska to Hawaii was really simple. We came here, no house.
That's simple in your eyes.
But I mean, it was simple because I wasn't scared. I mean, the first time
Is
you
it
do
because you
something,
did it before though?
I mean, we started over, we started from zero. And when we came to Hawaii, we started from zero again. And I think that right there, to do that in your life a couple of times is freeing. You should do
Well, some
it.
people in Hawaii, have never even left their island.
I know, that blows my mind, but yeah. But I think you need to get out of your, just go somewhere. I don't care, anywhere,
Yeah.
pick it. It doesn't matter.
Did you choose Kauai at
It was really interesting. I mean, we did choose Kauai, and Kauai has always been my favorite. Whenever we've been on vacation, I've been to the other islands, but it's like Kauai was always the one.
Mhm.
My husband actually did get a job offer here, which we did take, but the job was not really for him. And when I moved here, I had to quit all my jobs. So I came here with no job. I had two goals. One, to get a tan, because I come from Alaska in the wintertime, you know what you look like. And then two was to make friends, because I knew nobody. So that's within the first month, within the first 30 days, I joined Pu'uvai Canoe Club and Kauai Community Players.
Wow. Had you been in a canoe before? Had you paddled before?
Nope.
How do you find, were you adventurous as a young
No,
adult or in
not really
elementary
adventurous,
school?
but if someone says, "Hey, do you want to try this?" I'll go, "Sure, I'll try it." And if I hate it, then that I tried it. Okay, I tried it. But I met a person. I met a girl that my husband had met through a bicycle. He's a triathlete,
Mm-hmm.
so he was on this bicycle group. He was trying to meet friends. We're trying to meet friends. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and this girl named Lindy. Was talking to him, and he goes, "Oh," she goes, "I need to meet your wife." And we started talking. She goes, "You need to come paddling." And I said, "Okay."
You're
She
like,
goes, "Yeah,
sure.
I said, so she goes, "You told me where to meet." I said, "Okay, do I just show up?" She goes, "Yeah, just show up." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I showed up, and she goes, "Oh my God, you showed up." I'm like, "Yeah."
You know why? Because some people say it and then they change their mind, I'm sure. And
Right.
were your
But if I
parents, how
say I'm
did
going
you
to
learn
show up, I
it?
show up.
How did you
Huh?
learn this courage though? Was it something that was, do you think, in your DNA? Were your parents? Were your parents
No, I've
adventurous
always
or
been the more outgoing person. I've always been outgoing. If I go into a room full of people I don't know, by the end, I'll know everybody.
wow, do you have siblings?
I do have a sister, and she's the exact opposite,
Interesting. Younger or older?
younger. So I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Wow. So it's
I've always been
interesting. Your
driven.
niece, so your oh, okay. So any nieces and nephews?
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of
I'm
that.
just fascinated. So, what brings you joy?
Um, you know, like seeing new things, seeing the world through my granddaughter's eyes, um, applause of something that I've done at the theater is amazing. Um, being in outdoors in an environment that's like gorgeous, beautiful, different, and that's very just calming.
Hmm.
Um, being with, family and friends, and, being of service too, because I really love to do service type of things. I try to come from a place of service versus a place of take. And I
Hmm.
think um, a, that's been probably more of a positive way of living my life versus, you know, other ways. I mean, I always try to come from a place of service.
Interesting that you didn't say anything that involved like a career achievement, selling a home. I mean, I think so many
No,
people
that's service.
put,
That means I help someone achieve their goal of home ownership. That's not like making, I mean, yeah, you make some money off of it because y'all have to eat, and pay our mortgage
right,
and
right,
utilities and turn, and put gas in our car, especially nowadays.
right.
Um, but that's just a way of making money, but the actual process of making the money, that's why my Alaska Airlines thing was not a good fit for me. Because I was a factory worker
Hmm.
and I'm not a factory worker.
So do you think that I wonder if that's why you became adventurous and that's why you experience more joy because a lot of people are just stuck in the grind and they're working 40 hours or maybe even 60 to 80 and if you're not passionate
If
about
you
what you
don't like
do.
what you're doing,
Yeah.
you're, you're literally, it's a grind and it's not, life isn't fun. And I mean, there's not every day is fun and it's not going to be, not every minute of every day, not every day of the week is going to be fun, but you should find happiness in what you're doing. And there needs to be a reason why you're doing it. So, the older I get, and I'm in my 60s. So the older I get, I'm always saying, if it's not fun, I'm not doing it, period.
That's great advice though, because so many people that I know are unhappy and they've been doing, what they're doing for maybe 20 years, but they don't see anything else they can do.
But you know what? There's so much out there. Just it, okay.
It's
So
the
the
fear
reason
though, right? It's the fear. I mean, if you're
oh, the fear factor is there. The fear
yeah,
factor is real.
yeah.
I mean, my assistant, she's got this fear factor going on right now, and she's struggling with doing video. And I said, I don't like it either. But you know what? And half the stuff I see, I go, oh my God, that's horrible. I mean, it's like, because when you look at yourself, you're super critical. I mean, we're all
Yeah.
critical of our own self. And we're not perfect. And I know I'm not perfect. And I see all my flaws and faults and it's like, oh, my hair looks crap. I look fat though. It's like, I don't like that shirt, whatever it is. And I said, you know what? It's better to be done than perfect. And the thing is just do it and don't think about it. Because the more you think about it, your internal brain will mess you up
Well, you
every
get
time.
paralyzed, right? Because you
Mhm.
start becoming self-critical and then you think,
Right.
no, that's all
We're our own
right.
worst enemies.
Yes.
Because nobody else really cares. We care way more than anybody else does.
Exactly. But what do you suggest? Like, what do you tell your assistant when she says,
So
oh,
just do
because,
it. I
yeah.
said, do not, okay, you need to like just, that's why I do a lot more live than I do recorded. So my recorded stuff, I will record and have someone else post it because that way I can't change my mind.
Smart.
Okay. But my live stuff, I just go on live. I go on live a lot because I can't fix it.
I love that. And then sometimes, yeah, people say, "Oh, are you going to edit it because something happens?" And it does,
Yeah.
and I say, you know what? I'm not because first of all, I would take up so much time editing, and then that would stress me out. And then you know how you have to like cut here, cut there, and it's like I'm going to put it out there.
Editing's hard. I mean, I sat down and tried editing. It is not fun for me. Okay. So check, not fun. Don't do it.
I love that advice. Well, because otherwise, I was trying to do that, and then you know how like you cut it, oh no, you missed it, and then you find the right thing, and then your dog barks, or there's a lawnmower, and you think,
Oh, it's the
no.
whole thing. Yeah.
How do you get like that though? How do you get where? And I've been reading more of that. It's like done is better than perfect. You just have to put it out there, no
You know,
matter what. How do you
so
get that
mentality.
courage? Yeah, the courage and mentality.
No, I have coaches. Okay, I have a real estate coach, Tom Ferry. I have a wellness coach, which is Stacy Ricciardi. I have my social media coach and, which is Deslin.
Mhm.
I mean, I have coaches that I say, help me get to the next step. What do I need to do to get here? So, there's, it's not simple. There is no like magic pill. And you
Mhm.
have to do the work. And there is work involved in everything you do. And we all get into that like lazy, oh, I don't want to do that. But if you can take a little step every day over time, it will, you'll get what you want. There's still things right now that I struggle all the time, like, oh, I can't do
What is it? What is something that,
just that, that I'm still struggling with trying
yeah.
to, um, letting go of control of certain things. I'm a control freak. Um, so letting go is super hard for me. And, um,
Is
I
it like
have to,
scheduling?
it's scheduling, it's doing more than I need. I mean, I'm always like overscheduled and then I'm exhausted. I'm like I'm like an energizer. I'm
Energizer
either
bunny.
on or off. I mean, I'm on, yeah, when I die, I mean, like I'm done. But it's, it's like letting go and letting other people do things for you. It's okay to let other people ask for help, and accept it. And
Mhm.
that, with the way they do it is not the way you do it, and it's okay.
Isn't that a hard
Um,
part? Yeah, because
that's
I think one of
really
my
hard for me.
husband's friends, his son is 17. He still will not let go of the Cub Scouts, like leading the Cub Scouts. And his son
Mhm.
is going to be graduating. And I said, why? And he said, because I can't trust that someone else is going to do it the way that it should be done. And I thought,
It's
he's
hard,
going to be doing this for decades if you, and it's not even your child in there anymore,
right?
right?
Well, that's what, it was really funny because I was still doing Alaska Theater of Youth and my kid was like gone to college.
Isn't it the same thing though? So
Mhm. So I had to quit that.
how did you say, you know what? I need to leave. When do we know it's time to leave? Because you still had fun.
Well, that one I ended up switching from like the kids theater to the adult theater. And started doing producing versus like running theater camps and stuff like that, which I was like, I wasn't really, but I ended up switching over to an adult theater group and started producing. And that was fun because I actually made money on that too. Because I got paid, so I would up the money for the rights to get everything to going. And then once we sold tickets and got, I'm the first one paid plus, I got a little stipend above that. So I got paid back. I mean, every money I put in, I got back with a little bit. So producing, what to me was a lot of fun because I'm there from the very beginning. I get through the audition process, through rehearsals, through production, usually backstage. And that was so much fun because theater people are weird and I love weird people. I, I love people who like to get out of their own way and get out of their box. And I think that the more people like that I'm around, the more I want to be like that. And I think that's why I'm drawn to those kinds of people, the people um, that are
You have to have
okay with,
courage though, right? You have to have
yeah,
courage to just get out of your comfort zone and be into a character or just put yourself out there
actually it's
not
easier to be in a
knowing.
character than to do other things. Yeah. Because you just take on a different persona.
So how did real estate pop up? Totally different
Oh,
from
I was not
everything.
looking, I was not looking for real estate. Actually, I got into real estate through theater. Yeah, I know. You're like, what? How's that work?
Yeah.
Um, so the first play that I auditioned for here on Kauai, the first month I was here, Joe Grande, who's the director of that show, she didn't cast me in the show, which is fine. But she said she needed a stage manager. I said, I've done that before. And we started talking. She goes, oh my God, you have like tons of experience. I said, I know. So I ended up stage managing her show. Her husband is Will Welsh, and he owns Waioli Properties. And as they say, he said to, we were out to dinner, drinks, whatever. And he said, have you ever thought of selling real estate? I said, no, I suppose it could. So
Oh my gosh. Then you got your real estate license?
I just went and got my real estate license and said, okay, now what do I do? All right, let's do this.
Oh my gosh, Laurie. Just amazes me. Well, because most people say, no, I've never done it. And, like exams scare me. I was gonna, after I left the special ed field, someone said I could do be a substitute teacher. And then I
Right.
found
Oh
out that
yeah.
there was a test. And I don't know why. They said, no, Karen, you can pass the test. And I thought, a test? And I don't know why I become that student where, you need to get A's, you need that pressure, but you just say, okay. I mean,
I mean, I guess I'm not scared to try something. But again, I'm not scared to
but it's
try.
but it's hard work though. You have to
Oh,
study,
no, I'm
you have to
saying you
take
have to do
a
the work.
yeah.
I mean, you do have to work. I mean, I had to study. I had to study hard. and go to class
Yeah.
and pass the test and pass the state test and the national test. Yeah. And then the broker's test. Oh, don't even get me started on the broker's test. That
So
was
very
a
disciplined then. You
bugger.
must be disciplined to have to take an
I mean,
exam
if
and
I have to do something, I can focus myself to do it. I was a straight A student when I was in school. So those kinds of like learning, I'm not thrilled to go study for a test. That's not fun. But
hmm
you just go, all right, I just have to do this for like this amount of time. And then I would lock myself in a room, no distractions, and just do it.
So what about when you feel distracted? Because that's the thing with a lot of my students, they just, I
You
don't
know what?
like to,
This is the worst thing in the world. This
yeah.
right here is, as you can see, it's like, it's on my, right next to me. Um, it's the biggest distraction that there is in life. And because of my job, it's so
Because you have
integral.
to keep up to date, right? I mean, if
I'm
someone's,
24/7. When you're a real estate broker, I have
yeah.
7 agents as well. It's literally 24/7, and I have to have, my phone is connected to my hip. So when I do try to get those breaks, I try to like unplug. I'll leave my phone in my car or something like, oh,
hmm
sorry.
hmm
Um,
For your mental sanity, right? How do you,
you've
and what
got
do
to.
you do? What helps you just unwind?
Right now, it's been, I'm really, Stacy has been, she goes, you have got to exercise every day. And she goes, put your phone away and turn it off and put it in another room. And, so though it's like, get moving. It's good. I've been doing a ton of yoga lately. I love to swim in the ocean, and I need to do it more than I do, because we tend to not do as things that we should be doing,
hmm
because
What
it
about the
takes time.
biking? What is the, I never heard of
But
that.
what's
Bike
Bikes
on
on Rice?
Rice.
Bikes on Rice is it's a County of Kauai sponsored slow roll around Lihue. We started 5 years ago. Um, my husband, myself, Tommy Noyes, and a few others that were with the county all came together and put together this slow roll. This is really my husband's deal. I'm on the board, but I'm involved with it. But it's a way to promote bicycle riding in the Lihue area, and to get people out of their cars and realize that you can safely bike around Lihue, um, and
So they're
where to
short
do it.
distances?
You can go everywhere in Lihue on a bike.
No, but the average
Oh, it's
member.
like usually we do it once a month, and now it's on the second Saturday of the month. We moved it to coordinate with the Rice Street. Um,
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah,
Rescue.
I pictured rice and I thought, no, I don't think it's
It's Rice Street, not Rice Street, not actual rice. It's Rice Street.
oh, okay. I was wondering what the
But
connection is.
yeah, so it's there. It's Bikes on Rice because we have lights on Rice, and we have, for Christmas time, it's lights on Rice.
Wow.
So it's just part of the Lihue um,
That
kind of
must be hard
county.
on a Saturday though, because Saturdays, I mean, open houses and just isn't that busy for real estate?
Yes and no, not,
You just
you
carve
know,
out time. It sounds like
we
you
just carve
have
out.
to really designate, like with you when you
No,
have
I
so
mean,
many different
and
events.
sometimes I don't go because I'm too busy, and
hmm hmm
he goes almost all the time. And, I wasn't going, and then during COVID, we weren't meeting,
Oh,
and it was a bunch of, but it's back on now. And then we also own an electric bicycle store that we rent and sell e-bikes. So that's a collective business. My husband runs it, but we're both co-owners of it. So I love the electric bikes. Let me tell you, those are fun. Talk about fun.
wow.
Those are super
Another
fun.
thing that you just happen to do in your spare time.
Well, that's just,
No, but
that's
running
just
a
like,
business, it's
well,
another.
I'm not doing that, he is, but, I will run, I mean, yeah, but if you get a chance to ride an electric bike, do it. They're just a blast.
So much easier. I know. I remember my ex-husband said we're gonna do, but I did it one day. I didn't realize like I think he wanted to. He shouldn't have started off like on a just a long ride.
No, you
I
want to
was
do
and I was
something short.
so excited, and then I thought this is especially when you go from nothing
Yeah, you can't, you gotta, it's just like anything. You can't just zero to,
like
zero
yoga
to
I can
60.
do, but I
You
think
know,
bike riding it's intense though with your leg muscles and just the
Mhm.
endurance.
Well, and even if you go on the bike path here in Kapa'a, I mean, I've done it on a regular bicycle. On an e-bike, it's a walk. I mean, it's like delightful because you're just looking at the ocean.
Wow. I'm going to suggest that. They should have, and that's probably relatively new.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
it's
do
fun.
people, oh, so you rent, so people can rent it. Yeah, because I'm thinking a lot of people might not want to buy. That's a
No, no, no,
great
they can rent them.
business.
Mhm.
So do they rent them by the day, by the
Mhm.
hour?
Yes and yes.
Amazing. So if you could, in closing, if you could just tell someone some words of wisdom on when they're in a slump or they just feel like, you know what, nothing makes me happy. I think we all go through those moments where you think, you know what, I used to enjoy this, but not now. I used to enjoy that, and there's like nothing. What would you
I think you
advise?
need to get out of I mean, if you're stuck at home or wherever you're at, like go somewhere else, whether it's the beach, a park, around the block. Get out of your square box that you're
Hmm.
in and change your environment, even for 15, 20 minutes to get your mind out of that slump and try to, okay, what is the one thing I'm grateful for right now? And it might just be, you know what? It's not raining right now. That's good.
That
That's
is
it.
magical, though. That is
Mhm.
magical. I know I have, my daughter was complaining yesterday. We decided to try a new fun place to eat. And she's like, oh, I thought the milk ice cream was going to be like milk tea. And she's like, and I said, so what is one thing that you're grateful for? And she goes, well, I guess having this is better than not having it. I thought, okay, let's focus on, when you get into that complaining mode. But it truly is changing your environment. I mean, I could be so like upset or frustrated or tired. 10 minutes with the dog outside, right?
I mean, you don't have to do a lot. It doesn't have to cost any money. It
Yeah,
doesn't have, I mean, it's just move somewhere else.
because it's amazing. People think they have to do this grand adventure where they have to go on a trip, or maybe that's why with COVID, people thought, what are we, they got the deep depression,
Yeah.
boredom, but even at home, right? Like you said, you can just go outside. I mean,
I mean, I'm sorry, I thought COVID during the depths of COVID, okay. I was in Honolulu Bay. I'm going to share this really quickly.
uh-huh.
Honolulu Bay at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm the only one on the bay. That was like magical. And I'm thinking, you take those moments, and I'm trying to I have to take this moment in
Yes.
because this will never happen again in my lifetime.
Wow. And something so simple.
Mhm.
That's the best time though. Yeah, we know I think my daughter and I went to Lanikai and we were the only ones there too. And you think, how did this happen? But because everyone else, and it wasn't illegal. I
No,
remember the day that they stopped it, the security guard came and just said you can't sit.
sit. Well, I was walking on the beach, so
And
I'm
we were
saying,
just walking around. We thought, oh, this is so horrible. Because at first you think, oh my gosh, we're breaking a law. And they said, oh, all we have to do is just walk. Yeah, just walk around. We thought, okay, we can do that. And then you realize, wow, how healing just walking on sand can be.
and you hear the waves and the wind blowing and the mountains, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the only one here. This is, yeah, this is a magical moment, and kind of grab that, hold it in your brain for
I love
a
that. And then
million.
you can revisit it. Yeah,
Yeah.
in your revisit your memory. Thank you so much. I know you're super super busy. You made my week. I
Oh,
was
thank you.
so excited and I just want to bottle up your energy. I think all of us though, like you just said, to wrap it up, say just movement, get out of your comfort zone and maybe like not care about what other people think or whether you're going to be judged because like you said, everyone else is worried about what other people are thinking about them and I think that's what probably is that what you think maybe
Nobody really
motivated you?
cares. Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody really cares.
So even when you're on stage, you're just like, I'm gonna just do this.
I do weird stuff on stage. It's really
I have to fly to Kauai. You only do it. I have to one day just see you on. Are they? Do you do it regularly, or is it
we
just
have
seasonal?
shows opening up April 1st, another show. We just finished Mama Don't Fly, Mama Won't Fly, which is the one I was in, but this next show is called The Roommate, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm super excited
Anything
to
at
see
the
it.
end of April? I'm actually flying out April 29th through May 1st. Is it?
The one after that is Company, and I don't think it starts until, I'll have to look at the dates and get,
Okay.
I'll,
Well,
I'll, I'll text
maybe
you
you
the
can,
date.
yeah, text me. And how can people find you?
Okay, you can find me. Um, where can you find me? Instagram, lori.k.benkert, I'm on Instagram, so please follow me on Instagram. I'm L Benkert on Facebook. I am at waioliproperties.com is my website. Waioli, Waioli properties.com is my website. You can go there and follow me around there. If you Google me, I show up. It's like not hard. I'm like an open book. I'm a little bit on YouTube, usually under Waioli Properties. And so those two things. But Instagram is my big one right now. So follow me on Instagram.
Yes, you guys have to follow her. She has the best videos holding her dog and just doing all kinds of stuff. Very creative way to promote real estate because some people just show different houses and different rooms, which I
Yeah,
think, and then after a while, people just then
that's
it just
boring.
but
That's
with
boring.
Laurie, you know that it's not going to be a boring Instagram post or video. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Enjoy your Friday and let's keep in touch. Thank you,
Happy
Laurie.
Aloha Friday.
Okay. Yes. Take
Aloha.
care. Bye.
Bye.